Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Paranormal Portal Investigations. I don't know if that's what I'm calling it or not, but that's what came to my mind now, so that's what we're calling it for now. Hope you guys are doing great, and thanks for checking out the video. This is a subject that's pretty near and dear to me because I've experienced this phenomenon personally. I've experienced UFO, and I've gone over it on the show, but to put it in a nutshell, what happened was I was staying at a friend's cabin in this area. I'm in the northern tip of Idaho, and there was no one else in the neighborhood. It was up in a mountain valley, very secluded, very desolate, no neighbors, nothing, just out in the wilderness. And I'm in this, his house is situated on one half of a valley, and there's a big stream below, and then there's the opposing valley going up on the other side. And so I was up there, and he had a pair of night vision binoculars. And I thought it'd be cool to go out and check out the night sky first because it's so secluded out in the wilderness, and you don't get all the light pollution and such that you get from being in any kind of city or town. And so I thought that would be fantastic. And of course, seeing the night sky with my naked eye, it's absolutely brilliant and amazingly clear and bright and just phenomenal. There was a bit of a moon this night, and what had happened was I went out with these night vision binoculars because in knowing that most of the stars in our galaxy are actually red and are not visible with the naked eye. So I wanted to see what the night sky looked, using the night vision, because of course red is very visible in the night vision goggles or binoculars. So I went out there and was looking at the night sky and absolutely blown away because the star field just multiplied by, a factor of 10 or something. It was just like I couldn't recognize constellations anymore due to the inclusion of all these stars that I hadn't seen. And so I was just having a ball looking at the night sky and just amazed. And I started looking around with the night vision goggles because I'm like a kid now, right? I've have the opportunity to play with night vision goggles. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that, right? So I'm looking at the opposing valley going up, the side of the valley going up opposing us or me, and as I was there alone, and looking at all the trees and just thought, wow, this is really amazing. I can see every tree over there. It's just phenomenal. And then I look on the side of the valley that his house is on, or his cabin, and he's got a switchback driveway. So I'm looking down to the end of the driveway like, wow, I can see all the way down there, and without the goggles, of course, it's pitch black. And so I'm panning around looking, and so I start panning up, and I'm going panning up the trees to the very top, and I get to the sky above them, and all of a sudden, here is a UFO hovering right above the trees, about 150 to 200 yards away. And it's just sitting there, probably about 30 feet above the treetops, sitting there. And it's literally the two ply plates, the top one inverted, of course. But in between them, it's not just a press like this. There are these panels of light. They're just these rectangular panels that, were flashing, going around. And I was like, oh, my God. And I'm just blown away. It's absolutely silent. There's not a noise. It's sitting there, just hovering. And I'm sitting there just absolutely floored. All my life I've had, the open mind for this. I mean, the idea that the universe is teeming with life is not, to me, it's just logical. And the idea that some of this life would be radically advanced to anywhere, to anything we understand is logical as well. I mean, if life is out there, why would we believe that we're as smart as it's gotten so far? I mean, so I always had an open mind for it. But at this point now, it's real. I'm seeing it with my eyes. I'm just floored. I'm not scared. I'm just floored. And I'm just looking at this, appreciating it, and just thinking, there it is. Wow, there it is. It's really there. It's really there. And so I'm looking for probably about 15 to 20 seconds, and then I lower the binoculars because I want to see it with my naked eye. And I lowered the binoculars, and as I said, there was some ambient moonlight, and I could see the treetops, but above them was nothing. It wasn't visible with my naked eye. Raise the binoculars again, boom, there it is. Lower, it's gone. Raise, lower, and I'm just extra impressed at this point and just flabbergasted because not only am I seeing something that could very well represent an incredibly advanced race, but the idea that it's not visible with my naked eye even pushes this point further for me, because we all know about the secret space programs and the ideas that there are these advanced programs that are developing these technologies and just keeping it secret. But at this point, when I'm not seeing it with my naked eye, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. It's only visible in the infrared spectrum. That, to me, not that it couldn't be possible that we could develop that type of technology, but it would really shock me if we had the ability to do that as a species. So it just was flooring me, and I was just totally blown away. And I'm sitting there, and suddenly the realization hit me. If I'm looking at them, and I'm the only thing going on in this valley, then they're probably sitting there looking at me too. And so I'm like, okay, all right, I'm good. I'm done. I've seen it. It's real. I don't want us to get any more real than this. And so I decide it's probably a good time to get in the house and go to bed. So I get in the house, lock all the doors, and I'm just sitting there, and I sit on the bed for hours, just trying to process what this was. It was just amazing. So these are, as soon as I left, I had to order a pair, but these are the exact same kind of night vision binoculars that I had my experience with. And so I had to buy a pair. I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. What if these things are all over the place and we don't know it because we can't see them? And so I got a pair, and I've since spent quite a bit of time out at night just looking. But the problem with these style is, and this is a brand called Night Owl, and the problem with it is that there's no way to record. So whatever I see is only here. And all I can do is relate it. I can't share it. I can't show people what I saw. I can only relate it verbally, like, oh yeah, well, this one time I saw with these. And it's while many people may believe me, it certainly doesn't quantify as proof, as evidence of any kind. So I got a pair of these. I've been using them, but the problem is there's no way to record them. So what I've done I suppose it's kind of a ghetto fabrication in a sense, but I've used this. This is like a little GoPro knockoff by Vivitar, and it's fine for, most of what I need it for, or most of what we need it for. It's 1080p. I'm not so sure it's actually 1080p, but they say it is. I think the quality is okay on this, but I figured for a monochrome kind of feedback, it's fine, for recording in the night vision. So what I did last night was I spent a lot of time figuring out how to get this looking into the eyepiece of this so that I could have recorded evidence. And so that's what I've sorted out. I've come up with a way to strap it on, and I've built out some supports so that it stays flush on the lens. It does kind of shift around, and it's kind of a pain to aim and to get it all figured out. And I'm just sorting through that now. But I went out last night and decided to field test it a little bit just outside behind the house and see how they worked. And that's what brings me here tonight, is that as soon as I went out, I started seeing things in the sky that I can't explain. Now, I don't pretend to be an expert. I'm not a Air Force pilot. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm not a scientist by any measure to be able to start interpreting what it is I'm seeing. But I'm seeing things that I don't explain, or that I can't explain, for sure. I have theories, but I did record them, and I thought it would be kind of cool to share them with you guys. You guys be the judge, and I'll let you see what I recorded last night as my initial test, and you can tell me what you think. So here we go. Let's have a look at it, and hopefully you find it as interesting as I do. And I'm going to be doing a lot more of this as well. But I was really excited to have this set up and to test it and to see it working. So here's what I found. So here's me in the backyard, and I'm just, unfortunately, it looks like you're looking through a telescope. That's as much as I can get the screen to show up in this GoPro setup. But right away, I was panning around about due north right here, and I saw this. What the hell is that? I don't know. It's brighter than the stars. It doesn't have flashing lights, and it's absolutely silent. And I don't know how far it's up there. I guess it's probably, I don't know. I couldn't even guesstimate, to be honest with you. But it's absolutely silent. There's no flashing lights. It's bright, and it's moving away to, I guess, the east. And I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. But I can't explain it. It doesn't appear to be any kind of satellite, as it's so illuminated. And it's steadily going, and there you can see it disappearing behind the trees. And then I panned over because I thought I saw something else there, but no, that was just a star. And then I'm figuring out how to aim it at this point. It's really kind of awkward, this setup that I have, and you could see just a glimpse of it going back behind the trees there. So I'm just looking around, and these are the kind of things that I see with these binoculars. Now, could they be extraterrestrial craft? Could they be advanced military projects? I don't know. Could they be just something more mundane? It's possible. And again, I don't pretend to be the expert, but I thought it was neat that I can now record what I'm seeing and bring it to you guys and say, look, this is what I'm seeing. I don't understand what this is. To me, it's incredibly anomalous. And I'm panning around. You can see these stars. I was still in town at this point, so there's a lot of light pollution still, so that's why it's not really crisp and pristine. I think is that another one that I ended up catching? Yeah, and then I'm having trouble aiming it. Yeah, that's the problem, is I'm hanging on to it, and then I kind of lost it there. Oh no, maybe that was just a star. I'm sorry. But there is another one coming up here, and I just pressed this GoPro thing actually makes it in a .mov file type, so I did convert it to MP4 to be more compact, because the MOV files, of course, are huge. And there is another one in here as well that I caught, but it's just very interesting to me that these things are up there, and I've seen them with these binoculars. I've seen them crisscross up in the sky, so it leads me to believe they're not satellites. They seem to just go in straight lines. I don't see them darting left or right or anything that I can recall. I have seen them kind of curve at points, but for the most part, they just kind of go in a straight line. And what are they? Could they be satellites? Could they be, the space station coming through? I don't know. I don't believe so, but again, I don't pretend to be able to speak with absolute authority on any of this. But absolutely fascinating that this is what's going on up there. What is it? Is it advanced? Advanced military projects? Is it something extraterrestrial? Is there some other form of luminescent being up there? Oh, there's another one. There's that second one that I caught, and this is just going behind the trees. Now this one would be going about due north. The other one was going west. This one's going about northwest maybe. The other one was going east, rather, the first one. Oh, freak. I got to remember to shut off Facebook. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to bring this to you, let you see it, let you guys be the judge. Again, I can't pretend to know for sure what I'm seeing. I just know that it doesn't make sense to me. If there's a mundane explanation for it, let me know. I just want to put this stuff out there. You guys be the judge. You guys tell me what you're seeing. If you have any feedback, if you think that it might actually be something out of this world or transdimensional, or is it another life form? Is it some kind of luminescent, energetic being? What are the possibilities? I don't know. But again, I'm really excited to be able to bring this to you now so you guys can see it and you can see what I'm seeing. And I wish it was bigger. I wish it wasn't just a little portal that you're looking through, but I guess it's kind of fitting for the show, right? That was a star there. I think that might have been part of the Big Dipper, as I recall looking last night, seeing that bright star and then looking out to the side of the binoculars and seeing that it was part of the Big Dipper. So it's all out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm seeing. So I'll be doing a lot more of this in the near future, bringing it to you guys, and hopefully we can capture some really cool things. I think these things I captured tonight are really cool, but the sky's the limit. So love you all. Be good, be kind, and we'll be back in just a little bit. This is Friday. May 25th. The recording I just showed you was from May 24th, last night. So check it out, and hopefully come back for the show tonight. And Don will be joining me, of course, and we'll be going into the portal as usual. Thanks, guys. Love you bunches, and hopefully we'll see you soon.